Alright guys, so I'm back with another video. Somehow I always end up taking my intro somewhere else than where I took my video. But this is the story time about my very first band competition and what happened in our rooms. And if you did band or you were a part of color guard, you know exactly what story I'm gonna tell. So tune in, like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff, and we're about to get into the video.
I'm all alone, too much to see. The world keeps turning. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day.
Alright, I am back with another video, y'all boys. This time I got a story time for you guys. And this is what happened my very first competition. My first marching band competition. Cause I've done winter guard before, which is color guard in the winter season, which is just color guard by itself, a floor, and those people that are on the floor, that are dancing, whatever. But this time was my first year doing march season. If you went to Terravella, first if you went to Terravella or you did band, majority of you did band or color guard, you know exactly what story I'm about to tell you guys. Because it was not like, it couldn't have been held as a secret. For some reason, everybody knew about it. So yeah, like it literally, like, yo, the way that this thing had like went around the whole band and like before the morning, like everybody already knew about it. Like, dang, like they couldn't keep a secret. Like they knew, everybody knew about it. Before, like when we woke up and we were all, but okay. So let me get straight into the story, but let me tell you like a little bit of background. So yeah, I've never done march season before. It was my very first year doing march season. We had a great show. It was pretty exciting. We went to BOA, which is Bands of America. And in Bands of America, you have it's like a 3-day thing. Like the way the school does it, like a 3-day thing. So the first day you practice, which is Friday, you're pretty much exempted from class, so you don't have to go to any of your classes. But you start off in class. Not in class. You start off outside. So a regular marching season, you're outside on the field. So the way that it starts is if you're on the field in the morning, and then over time you go on the buses. And then when you go on the buses, you go into Orlando. So when we go to Orlando, then we stop. We stop at a random park, and we practice again. So you're doing the show over and over and over, trying to perfect it. No mistakes. You're just trying to perfect the show so that way, like, we win, whatever. So yeah, so that's how it pretty much went. It was pretty fun. But the next day after you do that, then you go to the competition on Saturday. So competition on Saturday, early in the morning, because of the class that my school was in, like the amount, like how many people are in our band, that's how they section it off. So like the bigger the band, the bigger the class. So you got like A class people. But yeah, that's how they pretty much do it. So our school was like in the morning, so it was like really early in the morning. And then after that, if you make finals, you perform the show again later on that night. So imagine waking up early in the morning to go practice for your show. So you wake up like 7 o'clock in the morning to practice for your show. And then after you waking up, so say you have to perform at 10, you're going to spend that whole time practicing performing, doing the show over and over and over and over again. And then just to go outside, do it in front of all these people. Like, it's like a dome. It's big old dome. Perform in front of all these people. And then, after you perform in front of all of these people, you have to wait for all of these other bands. And I'm talking like, yo, it's a lot of... You have to wait for all of these other bands to perform. And after you do all those other bands perform, then you wait to see if you made finals or not. And after, if you make finals, then you have to go and you have to freaking practice again to perform again to find out what your final score is. But if you make finals, it's a pretty big deal. But yeah, because out of like almost over 100 bands, like, so if you make finals, it's like 10 bands, and then you pretty much get your placement. But to make finals is a pretty big deal. Like, our school hadn't gone to BOA in years, like in a good period of time, because we were always switching band directors, so it was a really big deal. But yeah, so the next day, then we go to Orlando. Oh, not Orlando, we go to Alice Adventure, which is pretty fun, and we'll get into that too. Nothing really happened there, but we're gonna get more into the story. So when you're before, you know, they're gonna tell you like, don't bring any contraband, don't bring anything you're not supposed to bring. they check your bag. So like the morning of, so that Friday of, we all practice and everything. Everybody brings their bags, bring your clothes, whatever. Like half of the band is walking around in onesies and stuff. Like it's fun. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was really fun. So they check your band, they check your bags for no contraband, for none of that stuff. Keep that in mind. They check your bags. Excuse me. And yeah, they check your bags. So keep that in mind. So we brought Uno cards, we bought chips, snacks. Like it was pretty fun. We went. It was really the drive for me and the practicing again. So like imagine you do all this practicing for like a good 2 hours. Then there's another part where like where you take like a break where everybody's changing their clothes, all the band parents are checking the bags. And then it was so crazy because like they wouldn't even let you bring pills. If you had pills, your one of the band moms held on to your pills. You couldn't even bring pills onto the damn bus. So yeah, you couldn't even bring pills onto the bus, but you know, Miss I'm not gonna say the lady's name, but she had all of the pills for everybody. Like it was crazy. So we like everybody was running around the school trying to get lunch or whatever. And then we finally leave. And after we finally leave, we go practice again. We're tired. Not gonna lie to you, we're like tired, but everybody's like mad excited. So we go to the other school. We practice over and over and over and over. If you seen Terrible show 2 years ago, because this year obviously didn't have a show, so it was Labyrinth. Oh my gosh, it was pushing these big old little these big things. Like they were just huge. They looked like, if you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. Like they were big and they were foam, and they had all the flags in the back of them trying to hide. They had flags, we had poles, we had spears, spears, flags, swing flags. If you do color guard, you do band, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Color guard flags, rifles, all this stuff all stuck up in the back of this foam thing. It looks like a big behind rock, and you're like in the beginning of it, you have 8 minutes. You have 8 minutes to go run out there and pushing that thing, and everybody's like, and they're counting. Yo, it's crazy, but like it's a rush. It's really fun. Like if you did band or anything, or you did like that stuff, you know it is mad fun, but it is tiring. You got 8 minutes to leave it all on the floor type stuff. So back into the story. So we go in our little room to find out, like, it was me and my friend and like 2 other friends that we all roomed together. And one of our friends brought drugs into our room. They brought drugs into our room. So they had like inside like a medicine bottle, and then they had an edible. You would think that we would eat the edible, but no. They wanted to smoke the real stuff. They wanted to smoke the real stuff. So pretty much everybody's there, like, we're in our room and everything, and it's 4 of us. It's me and my friend, like me and my other friend, like we were really close, and I was also close to one of the other girls, and there was another girl that we were cool with, but we weren't as close to. But yeah, the girl that we weren't as close to brought all the stuff. So so pretty much the parents check the rooms. What they do is you bring your breakfast, and then they check the room to make sure like nobody's in there. They put like tape on the door so nobody leaves, because if they leave, so if you leave, they'll know and you'll get in trouble. So make sure nobody leaves their room or nothing like that. So yeah, so we went downstairs to get food. Oh my gosh, sidetrack, but we ate so much pizza that competition. Band parents, kids will tell you like they didn't eat pizza for months after that. We ate pizza, like almost every day. It was pizza. Like I don't know what Bella had going on, but it was just pizza every day, like back to back. Like we had pizza for lunch, for dinner, for lunch, for dinner, for lunch, for like, it was a lot of pizza, like dude. But yeah, so shorty brought gas on the thing. So we waiting for the band parent to come in our room, because they're like, of course they're not gonna do that if before the band parent come. Like, of course you're gonna get in trouble. Mind you, okay, disclaimer, that was my first, like, I never smoked before. Like, I did, but I never got high. And at the time of all of that, I still didn't get high because I didn't know what I was doing. So yeah, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, like this is like a crazy story because I probably should have told the truth. Like me and my friend probably should have told the truth, but we were just so scared, bro. Okay, so let's go back to the story. So we're waiting for the band parent to come. The band parent never comes because this is what happened. They sent her the wrong room number. So we're just waiting, and it's getting late. It's like 10, 11. Like we have like lights off at a certain time, so it's getting really late, and she never comes to our room. So we're like playing Uno and stuff. And we're like, okay, you know what? She probably just not gonna come to our room because I don't know. Like we're just like, we just gave up. Like we don't know what's going on. So everybody goes to the bathroom, turn the steam on, and my friend had like the little pot thing. Everybody in a circle smoking this little pot thing. Everybody in a little circle smoking a little pot thing, and I'm smoking it. Everybody's smoking it. I'm not gonna let everybody smoking it. I wasn't like, okay, this was the thing. I'm not that part. Like I wasn't really into smoking because it never did anything for me, so I just really didn't care. Like they're like, oh, let's do it now, and now, like I really didn't care. And my homegirl, she's like, yeah, let's do it now, and I'm like, okay. And then my other friend is like, it's whatever. And then the other girl's like, yeah, let's do it now. So I'm not gonna lie to you, it was very much like it was really awkward, like because like the girl that we were kind of close with, but like not really close with, that had it, she was like ready to smoke it then and there. And then my friend was like, yo, smoking in there, and like it was like me and my other friend, which is like it's weird, but like me and my other friend, we didn't really care that much, but it was like a whatever type situation. Like okay, so everybody's like laughing or whatever, and they're like passing the little pot thing around, and they're chilling, and we're all chilling, and then we eventually stop, and then we go sit down in the room, and everybody thinking like, and they spraying in the room, and everybody thinking that we good. Everybody thinking that, and it's smelling there. Everybody's like, okay, it's good. Like we straight. We're not gonna get in trouble. Like we don't smell nothing. And the lady never came, so we're like, okay, she never came. We're fine. Like we're straight. So we playing Uno or whatever. We're playing Uno, and then we get a knock on the door. So we get a knock on the door, and it's one of the band parents. She finally finds our room. We still don't think it's one of the things. So we play Uno. Me and my friend, we pretend like we sleep immediately. We's in the bed like, and the other ones like they was still up. So she come in there, she on the phone, she like, da, 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 da. Okay, I'm gonna call you back, and she's like, why does it smell like that? And we're like, me and my friend are in the covers like looking at each other like, so then the other girls are like, what does it smell like? And she's like, pot, it smells like, you guys are smoking pot. And we're like, bro, so they like shake us, she shakes us out of the bed, and she's like, Lourdes, get up now. Why does this room smell like pot? Who's smoking pot? And they're like, you smoking pot? Like she's going off. So then she's trying to call our color guard instructor first before she calls the band director. She called our color guard instructor. She's like, no. She's like, I have to tell her. And she's like, no, it smells like pot in here. Like she's going, you know what I'm saying? She's going off. Like she is going crazy. Like pot. Like she's like, we checked your bags with all of this, and you brought pot. You still managed to bring, like how did you? Like yo, the lady's going off on us. So like, I don't look high, and my friend doesn't look high, but the other two girls, they look booted. Like they couldn't even hide the fact that they were gone. Like I wasn't high. That was the thing about it. Like I wasn't sitting there. Like every time that I smoked, I never got high. So that was another time that when I smoked, it was literally just like. So this lady is carrying on like, you freaking pot, and like she's going off, and she's calling the instructor, and she's like, she better answer, because like if she doesn't answer, she's gonna call the band director, and we're looking like, the band director. So she's like, I'm gonna call the band director. So she calls the color guard instructor again and yo, she's not answering, and they were looking like, yo, answer the phone. Like, why are you not answering? She would not answer the phone. I don't think she answered the phone like till mad, like either the next day or like late in the night, because she never answered the phone. So she's like asking questions like, where'd you get it? Why did you bring it? Like, did it? Like, she was just going off, and she was like, this is why the color gets a bad rep. This is why. Okay, sidebar on this. Now I'm want to throw somebody under the bus. Because this was the thing. We got in trouble, right? We got in trouble, which was fine. Because she like, this is why the color guard gets a bad rap. And I'm not gonna lie, it was really dumb for there to be edibles, and rather than eating the edibles, they smoked the gas. That was really dumb. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was really stupid. But I didn't. It wasn't me. I don't smoke. It had nothing to do with me, so. But I didn't really care. I was just trying to leave, you know. Everybody else doing this, so, you know. You know, they'd be like, if your friend jumps off of the cliff, you gonna jump off, you know. Shoo, yeah. Not anymore, but at the time, it was really like. But okay, so. Yeah, so they look booted, dude. They is gone. So she's like, did you smoke? And they're like, yeah. Did you smoke? They're like, yeah. And she goes, and she's like, my friend. Okay, now this is the thing. This girl here, I would never rob a bank with her. She didn't snitch on herself, but yo, Shorty was tripping. She was crying like she was dead snitching, dude. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, she was just crying and just going crazy. Like, yo, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, maybe I was high, because I was just sitting there like, I wasn't crying nothing. I was just looking at her like, but I wasn't high. Like, I was just sitting there just looking like, and like, my friend is crying over here. Like, they're crying. This friend is crying. That friend is crying. One of the other girls is looking like me. Like, we both looking like. She said, you smoking? I'm like, no. She's like, I'm like, no. She's like, you know high? And I'm like, no. Because I really feel like, I genuinely feel like, I was like, I didn't even get high. Like, I'm not gonna get in trouble if I didn't even get high. Like, I'm just sitting here like. I'm like, no. She's like, you probably. I'm like, yep. I ain't do nothing. So then she goes to my other friend. My friend is still going crazy up here. Like, she's sobbing and tears going ballistic. She's like, no. And I'm like, and she's like, okay, then get out. She calls both of us and she's like, yo, okay, you two, get out. So we both get out of the room. We're standing there. You hear her asking the other girls, like, did they smoke? And the other girls are like, no, they didn't smoke. But they're real ones, because even though I know like it wasn't our idea and it wasn't our stuff, but they were legit real ones, because they did not tell us, because it was kind of just like they already had stuff beneath their belt that like already had to do with smoking, so it just added on. Like, it was just crazy. Like, it was just they really held it down there. It's like, no, they didn't. So after the whole thing of her going crazy on us, hold on, the lighting looks kind of bad. I don't know, the lighting was looking kind of bad. So, but yeah, we're back. So they were like, no. So the lady's still carrying on, and she's like, you brought a pop pipe? Because my friend had a pipe. Like, you brought a pop crack? No, okay, at the time, I didn't know what pot was. I'm thinking she's saying crack. I think the lady's talking about crack. I never know. So I don't know what pot is. I'm thinking, she like, does she think we're crackheads? Like, she's like, you bought a pot pipe? The lady's going off. And she's like, you better not be high with my son, and da-da-da. And I felt so bad, but I wasn't high. So but I felt really bad, because she was like, you guys brought a pot, and my son is in the room. My son isn't, like, yo, this lady was going off on us, and we just looking like. So she takes us to another room. She takes us to her room. And she takes us to her room. We stay in her room for a little bit, and then we end up we couldn't sleep in the same room. We had to sleep with random people. So my lucky friend ended up sleeping with other color guard people. So it wasn't as bad. She got to sleep with other color guard people. I got to sleep with like random girls, which was like, one was a color guard captain, and one of them was a color guard captain, and the other was like other people. Like, I was cool with them, but they weren't my friends. They weren't like other color guard people that I knew that I always see. And it was like one color girl, and she was my friends, but like, somebody was like a baritone, there was like a flute in there, and like a couple random instruments in the room, and they just stuck me in there. And it's not like, it's like two to a bed, and then they brought like some type of like, I don't know where they got this little mattress thing from, where they stuck this little mattress thing. I guess that's what we got. I guess that's what I got for even engaging into. I should told them not to do it. But you know, whatever. It was like junior year. So yeah. So after that whole thing happened, our friends got in trouble. They got to still sleep in that room. And the next day we went in that room. We thinking that the room really ain't smell like nothing. Cause we really ain't smell nothing. We really thinking that the room don't smell like nothing at all. We looking at her like, shorty got a nose like a dog. Like, how did she smell that? We going to room the next day. You go out there in the room, that thing slapped the hell out of you. That thing slapped the hell. When I tell that thing slapped the hell out of you, you would have taken like, because we had to get our stuff out of the room. Me and my friend were just surprised how loud it was. Then I think I'll put those money to the bus. But yeah, the color guard, I be switching, I be messing up. But I'm gonna still go back to that. I don't know if I said it already, but I'm gonna say it again. The color guard was the worst. This is why I didn't check the color guard. The band captain was high. Unfortunately, my friends were dumb enough that they didn't have a car and didn't have anything. But the band captain at the time, no, he wasn't the captain. He was the captain the next year. But that year he was like co-captain. Like, he was going to be captain. Like, he was really important. This boy right here was high. And not only was he high, he had a car. So the whole time that he was there and we was all getting in trouble, and then the color guard getting the worst rep, he was one of the most important people there. And that boy was booted the entire time. Everybody was like, I know that because the color guard captain at the time told me, it was like, I don't know how you guys even got caught because so-and-so brought his car and he was high the entire time. Well, damn. I guess my friends are just dumbasses, and the color gets a bad rap, but you know, nobody's seen that. It wasn't that nobody gonna snitch on him because it was like, we didn't really care. But you know, the color was always getting a bad rap for stuff, and it was just crazy because if you know half of the bands, they're just terrible. But you know, that's not important. I just thought it was crazy how like the color always gets a bad rap when they're really just like everybody else. But yeah, so the next day, so apparently, our friends that were in our room ended up competing. We weren't even able to see them. They competed, and then that was it. They competed, and everyone went to Islands Adventure. They couldn't go anymore. I think they were like on the boardwalk or something. That was like on a Sunday, so we didn't even get to see our friends, which was sucky. They got suspended. They ended up having to do this whole program thing. Like, it was crazy. Friedman had no remorse. He kicked them out of the band program, although one of them came back the next year for winter season. I don't know why he even thought that was even gonna work. But yeah, so they ended up not even going with us, which was really sad, and we felt really bad because we were like, damn, we should have all took it together. But we were coochies and we didn't do it. We just said we didn't do it. And pretty much that's the whole story. Like, that was just, it was crazy. Like, it was, looking back at it, it was funny because the lady was your daddy yelling at us like, you guys brought pot, you guys brought. But at the time, it was pretty, like, I don't know, I literally lacked any type of emotions. I could have been high because I was just sitting there looking like, my friend was like crying, my other friend was crying, and me and a girl was just literally just like, hey, now we know better. So yeah, like, subscribe. I have so much more band color guard stories that I can do. So like, subscribe, let me know if you like this story time, and I will be back with another video soon. But yeah, peace out, homies.